So you long for the glory days of stomping on noobs, dropping those highlight reel worthy games, and you think, how am I going to do this in this gaming economy? Then it comes to you, I know what I'll do, I'm going to create a new account. So if you've been around the gaming scene for a while, you've probably heard about Smurfing. What is it, and why is it so controversial? So the origin story of Smurfing goes back to the early 90s, with two players who found themselves in a bit of a situation. The situation being, they were really good at Warcraft 2, and people would avoid playing against them. So they went off and made new accounts, going undercover by using the names Papa Smurf and Smurfette. Thus the term Smurfing was coined. There was many other reasons that they actually did this. Initially, it was so that they could actually find a match, because their queue times were quite long. By Smurfing, it allowed them to find matches and play against lower level players. Come the turn of the century, multiplayer games become more popular, and in turn, many games implement skill-based matchmaking, or an engagement-based matchmaking style system. These systems have evolved over the years. Essentially, the idea is to keep players competing on the same level, and thus protecting new players from running into veteran players. These engagement-based matchmaking systems are a hotly debated topic in the gaming community. Most modern multiplayer games have some sort of skill-based matchmaking system baked in them. But we won't get into that today, we'll stick to Smurfing. So let's answer the question, why do people Smurf? As I've briefly touched on, some players are frustrated by the whole skill-based matchmaking systems. They feel like they're punished based on their performance, so there's no incentive to get better. So they Smurf in order to take a break from the constant sweatiness. Others might Smurf to try challenges. For example, pistols only, or playing on inverted controls, which is probably harder in their current rank. Another reason I hear constantly is to be able to play with their friends. Having a friend who's less talented at video games, paired up with a really good player, can be a source of frustration for the player who's not so good. Typically what happens is the less talented player will play at the higher player's skill level, resulting in friends not wanting to play so much together. And of course, I couldn't leave this out, just a pub stomp, just to absolutely rinse players less talented than they are. So obviously people have their reasons for why they do it. But what do you think? Do you think that it's fair? Should Smurfing be allowed, or should it be a bannable offense? Let me know in the comments. I've added some links in the description to articles and Reddit posts about Smurfing if you feel like reading about those. And of course, all sources are linked in the description. Hope that you enjoyed the video, and maybe check out this video right here. As always, look alive, you're on in 5. Later guys.